Are you looking for a travel trailer where they maximize the floor space as much as possible? Well, you got to stick around and check out these 3 awesome floor plans of travel trailers with no dinettes. Hey everybody, Mike from RVBlogger here in front of the camera, and Susan's behind the camera. And if you've seen us before on YouTube, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time seeing us, welcome aboard. Susan and I travel all around the country visiting RV shows and dealerships so we can shoot our tours and reviews of RVs and bring them right to you wherever you are. And we also invite you to subscribe to our channel if you like the video, and don't forget to hit that notification bell when you do, so you'll be notified every single week when we put out a brand new video. But without any further ado, let's get started on our reviews of awesome travel trailers with no dinette. This travel trailer is the Coachmen Catalina, model number 134 RKX. It has an unloaded vehicle weight of 2,707 pounds, a cargo carry capacity of 1,574 pounds for an overall gross vehicle weight rating of 4,281 pounds. The hitch weight is just 281 pounds. It measures in at 16 feet even, and it can sleep up to 3 people. When you first walk in this travel trailer, on the right hand side you'll find your bed location. Then we wrap on around through the living area and into the kitchen here, and on my right is where the bathroom is located. Now, our first impression when Susan and I walked into this camper was that it's really small, but it's perfect for either a couple or even a solo RVer. It's got everything that you need, and it's all, you know, positioned pretty well. Now, up front here is where your bed is located. And this bed is what's called an east to west bed, and all that means is that it's sideways in your camper. The big disadvantage to a bed like this is whoever's sleeping in the front is going to get interrupted if the person in the back has to get up in the middle of the night and use the bathroom. The big advantage to it is that it saves a ton of space inside your camper, and in this camper it's only like 16 feet long. You need every inch of space that you can find. Now let's take a look here and see what size bed we have. It is 74 inches and it's about 54 inches wide, so it would be considered a short RV full-size bed. You'll also notice at the foot of the bed you've got a little bit of storage down here, so you can lift up one half of this storage compartment but not the other half. I am not sure why they make them this way. I've seen this design in a few different campers, and if you have anything go down there, now you got to reach under there and try to find it. So it's kind of a peculiar design to me. Let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. Up top here, we also have an open shelf for some of your storage. If this was my camper, I would buy some cargo netting or something and put it across the face of here to hold things in place, so if my clothes or whatever I have up here, they won't bounce off the shelf while I'm driving down the road. Underneath of here, there is a single light that you can turn on and off right at the location, which is nice. You can use it as a reading light. And then on each side of the bed, you'll notice that you've got a window so you can get some cross ventilation in here. Now this bed is a little bit, this mattress I should say, is really a little bit too big for the space. You know, it's kind of hitting up on the sofa there, and it's hanging over the edge on this end. And so if you need a custom size mattress to fit inside your rig, and many of us do, I would recommend checking out Takta mattresses. They make mattresses that are custom sizes. They even have corner cut mattresses in case you have one of those in your rig, and they do a fantastic job. We have one in our Class C RV and we absolutely love it, and I've got an awesome discount coupon for it. So if you hit me up at mike@rvblogger.com, just shoot me an email. I'll be happy to send you the link with our discount code, and you can get a great deal on a custom size mattress for your RV. Now also I want to note, on each side of the bed there is a receptacle and a USB-C port, one here and then one on the other end of the bed, so you're in great shape there. Now as we wrap on around, we get to where the couch is located, and you know, this is a pretty nice comfy couch. It feels pretty good when I'm sitting on it, but this couch also converts into a bed, but it's also got some storage underneath. And they have this front panel underneath here. You just pull it off and move it out of the way, and then you can access your storage underneath. It's held on by magnets. I'm surprised it's not hinged, but when they are hinged, they just fall right down on the floor. At least this way you can just move it out of the way completely so you can access whatever you have stored underneath of your sofa. And then to put it back in place, it's just magnetized, so it just snaps right in. Your sofa itself will jackknife, and this becomes another bed inside of here. So really you could sleep in here with, you know, 2 adults and maybe 2 kids. The size of this sofa when it's in the bed position is about 57 inches by, we'll call it 42 inches. So maybe 2 little kids would be able to sleep on there. Certainly not an adult. It's just too small for that. Now up above the sofa, you'll notice that we have some open storage up here, and they have these, you know, these bins that you can buy at Walmart or something like that. They look nice and stylish. I don't have a problem with those. If it was our RV, we would probably use clear plastic bins so we could see what's inside of them a little easier before we pull them off the shelf. We do that in our RV and it makes life a whole lot easier. Now, as we wrap on around through here, I guess one other thing to note for the living area is that this is where your TV would mount. And so you've got a receptacle and you've got your cable ports here, and your TV would mount right here. So you couldn't have a very big TV, but it's a small camper. You don't need one. And with this TV location, it's very visible from the couch and also from the bed. And then as you can see, we have a little bit of open storage above where the TV would go. Now the kitchen itself is an L-shaped kitchen here, and it's very small and compact, but it works really well. Up top here, we have a microwave oven, and then you've got your range hood and fan. Also, we've got a nice big cabinet up here, and it goes all the way back into the blind corner. It's all one big open space. Again, we would use clear bins to store things up here so they don't slide around while we're driving down the road. And we have the advantage of seeing into the bins to see what's in each one. Down below that, you've got a small kitchen sink here with a gooseneck faucet overhead. Got a nice window here which really lights everything up, which is a nice feature. And then you've got all this countertop space. Since this is an L-shaped kitchen, the big advantage of that is extra countertop space. So you've got room to put a toaster oven, coffee pot, whatever you'd like up here, and there's a receptacle in the corner so you can plug it right in. Then we have a 2-burner propane stove in here, and then finally there's a little bit of storage underneath of the kitchen sink. Finally, your refrigerator is located right underneath of where your TV location is, and you can open that baby up and have all of your cold storage in there. Now there is no freezer in here, and so if you want to make some ice, you can check out my article over on RVBlogger.com about the best ice makers that you can buy. We used to have one and it worked great, so we wrote an article about them. Just hit us up over there, and we'll also put a link in the show notes down below if you want to check out that article. Also, I want to point out in the kitchen area, there's no backsplash in here. This is a perfect place to use like a peel and stick backsplash, right? You can peel it off, stick it on the wall. There are all kinds of different designs and even textures that are available, so you can dress up this part of your camper, but also protect your walls from some of the grease splatter that might happen or some water splash that could happen around your countertop area. I have a great article about that on our website called traveltrailerpro.com. I'll put a link in the notes down below, and we recommend a bunch of different peel and stick products that you can use to kind of decorate your camper and make it look a lot nicer. Now here we are in the bathroom, and a great feature in this bathroom is that it is actually a dry bathroom in here. So your shower stall is separate from the rest of the floor in the bathroom, so everything stays dry when you're taking a shower, except for you. Now when you're inside this shower, this is a very basic camper, so they don't really have like a molded surround in here or anything. It's just the actual camper walls like you would have in the rest of the RV. You know, they're just your plain walls. All the walls in your camper are water resistant, so they can resist moisture or condensation, because sometimes you do get condensation inside of here. So all the walls are set up that way, and they are so resistant that you can even use them in your shower. What they do though is they caulk all the seams in the corners along the ceiling and all that stuff to make sure no water gets behind these panels. So if you end up with a trailer like this, you do need to check every now and then just to make sure your caulking hasn't cracked. If you see any cracks in your caulking, that means water can penetrate there and get behind the walls, and that would be a very bad situation for you. All that being said though, it's a good size shower. Let's get some measurements in here and see what we're working with. First of all, we'll get a ceiling height measurement. And so from the shower base up into the fan, we have about, what's that, 6 feet 3 inches of headroom. From the shower base to the ceiling, we have 6 feet even of headroom. So if you're taller than that, you might have to crouch down a bit to take a shower in here. And as far as length and depth of the shower go, we're talking about 32 inches by about, I'd say 24 inches in here. So not too bad. And you guys can tell I'm 5'11" and I weigh about $185. So you can see how I fit in the shower, and you know, it'll be comfortable but tight. The shower wand itself disconnects, and there is no, you know, soap dispenser or soap shelves or anything in here for your shampoo and stuff. So we actually have a soap dispenser in our Class A RV, and it mounts right on the wall. It's up nice and high, so it's out of the way. It's got 4 dispensers, so we have soap, shampoo, my shampoo, Susan's shampoo, and then her conditioner. All that fits right there. We'll put a link in the show notes if you want to see the one that we have. Maybe you would like it too. Now this shower, again, is very basic. So it just has a shower curtain here. If you wanted to upgrade that, you certainly could. You could buy a retractable shower door and install that yourself. It's really a piece of cake to do that. Outside of the shower, there's no vanity sink in here, but there is a commode. And when you're sitting on the commode in here, I'm not going to pass the elbow test over here, but I will pass it on the shower side. Now at the very front of this camper, underneath the owner's bed, there is a very large storage compartment in here. Unfortunately, there's only one door on this side of the storage compartment, so any of your camping gear that ends up way down there, I don't know how you would reach it. I wish they had installed a door on the other end as well. But for you folks that are really mechanically inclined, you can actually buy a door kit online. It comes with the frame and the door, and you can install one yourself, believe it or not. Or you can call an RV tech and have them install it for you. Hey guys, we hope you're enjoying the video so far. And if you are, we also invite you to subscribe to our weekly newsletters that we send out. We send out weekly newsletters about RVing that are just full of information like how to maintain your rig, where to go RVing, and even more detailed RV reviews than what we do in our videos. And when you subscribe, you'll also get a free subscription to RV Today eMagazine, so you will be the most well-informed RVer out there. There's 2 really easy ways to subscribe. So if you're watching us on TV or on your computer right now, you can simply pull out your phone, put it in camera mode, aim it at the QR code on your screen, and it'll take you to our website where you can go ahead and subscribe, or you can just head straight on over to RVblogger.com, scroll about halfway down the home page, and you'll see right there where you can subscribe. So why not join the over 150,000 people that have already subscribed to our weekly newsletters and become the most well-educated RVer out there. This travel trailer is the Jayco Jay Feather Air, model number 18MBH. It has an unloaded vehicle weight of 4,400 pounds, a cargo carry capacity of 1,250 pounds, and an overall gross vehicle weight rating of 5,650 pounds. The hitch weight is 535 pounds. It measures in at 23 feet even, and it sleeps up to 4 people. When you first walk into this travel trailer, on the right-hand side is where the living and bedroom are located. Then we wrap on around through the kitchen area. Finally, there's some bunk beds on my left, and the bathroom is behind me. Now, our first thought when we walked inside of this travel trailer was, wow, it feels really nice and big in here. It feels very, very wide. You have a lot of floor space in here. I love the color of the floor, by the way. It's kind of got that gray and brown going on. It looks really, really nice. But, you know, all in all, it feels really nice. And part of that is because all the cabinetry is white and light. And so anything that's light tends to look bigger, that's for sure. Now, the first thing you'll notice here on my right is where the Murphy bed and the couch are located. Now, the couch here Very, very comfortable. 2 or 3 people could sit on here and be pretty comfy. There's also some drawers underneath for additional storage. And the couch is in a good spot because you can sit here and easily watch the TV, which is in a really great location as well. So all in all, feels pretty good sitting here. Now, you'll notice that you can raise the couch out of the way and get to a Murphy bed. And the way you do that is you simply jackknife the sofa and then just pull this little lever right here, and this comes right on down, nice and easy, and that's how you make up your Murphy bed. Now the Murphy bed in here, let's get a size on this thing. It is 74 inches and 60 inches wide, and so this would be considered an RV short queen-sized bed. A residential queen would be 80 inches long. This one's 74, and there you go. That's your difference. Now, you'll notice on each side of the Murphy bed, you've got a mirrored wardrobe closet door. Inside of here, you've got a bar up top to hang all your garments. There's also a removable shelf, so you can use this cabinet to hang garments, or you can keep the shelf in place and just stack things in there, however you would like to do it. Down below each of the wardrobe cabinets, there's an end table. And the end tables each have a little tower of power on them, a little mini tower of power. You can plug in a couple of USBs and even a USB port there. So if you want to charge your electronic devices overnight, you can easily do that. And then it's got this little secret compartment here in the nightstand. So you just pull that forward and you have some extra storage in there. And that is applicable on both sides of the bed. There's also a power outlet on this side of the bed. And I think there's one over here. Yep, there's one over there as well. So if you need to plug in a CPAP machine or something like that, you've certainly got the room and ability to be able to do that. There's no real storage up overhead or anything like that. No reading lights or anything up here, but it's just a good, really simple, basic design. You'll also notice that there's a window on one side of the bedroom, and you can just shut your screen door to your door on this side, get a nice cross breeze through here. There's also a power fan up top, so you can draw all that air in and through your RV. Now, as we wrap on into the kitchen area, this is an L-shaped kitchen, sort of. And I say sort of because it's missing this part of the L. The reason for that is that the refrigerator, cooktop, and microwave are all in a slide out. So this whole thing slides out, and that's part of the reason that it feels so big and roomy in here. Now the refrigerator itself opens up, and it's a pretty good size fridge in here, as you can see. Very nice size. It's got this drawer on the bottom that pulls out, and then below that we have the freezer, which is on the bottom instead of the top. So if you have kids and they want some popsicles, bam, they're in good shape. They can get right to them. Next to that, we have our cooktop area. There is a 2-burner propane cooktop here. Nice backsplash behind it, a little bit of countertop space on each side. Above that, we have a little cabinet with some additional space there. And then down below, this is an Envision microwave oven. This is the first time we've seen one of these types of microwaves in an RV. Not only can it microwave, but it's also an air fryer and a grill, and it can cook pizza and all that kind of stuff. So pretty cool setup. We've never tried one or used one, so if you're familiar with these, let us know about it in the comments down below. How do they work? How do you like it? Can you use it really as an air fryer? How does the grill function work? Can it just bake things or just microwave? We'd love to hear and read all about it in the comments. Down below that, you have an additional drawer here for maybe some small pots and pans storage. And then as we wrap on around, we get to where the sink area is. Now above that, you've got this large cabinet here with plenty of storage space. Now there are no shelves in here, so it'd be pretty easy to add a shelf if you wanted. Or you could also just get clear plastic bins, maybe just stack, one on top of another, one on top of another, and then that'll keep your stuff from moving it around in here while you're traveling down the road. And you can see through the clear bins to know what's inside. We do that quite a bit in our RVs. Below that, we have the kitchen sink. Now this just pops right up, and then this pops up, And then there you go. Your faucet turns on and off right there. It's a deep bowl round sink, and it's got a little bit of countertop space next to it as well. So that's a really cool feature. And then below that, there's additional storage below the kitchen sink. Now across from the kitchen is where your, well, not dinette is located. It's more of a breakfast bar kind of setup in here. We're starting to see more and more travel trailers with this style of kitchen setup where, you know, you have a couple of stools and you can sit here and enjoy a meal and look out this oversized window onto the camp side of this trailer. So this is where your picnic table and fire ring would all be located. So it's a nice view out there. And let us know what you think about this design in the comments down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. I think it's a really cool way to save some space. And again, this makes it feel even bigger in here as well. Now this countertop also lifts up and there's a little bit of hidden storage underneath. And you never know what you might find underneath of one of these things. You know, good place to hide some stuff though. Down below that, we have some open storage with some cargo netting. Now I'll show you a really cool way to store your stools while you're traveling down the road. And you can also use this method if you have, I don't know, a different RV where you have a ladder that goes up to an upper bunk and you need to stow that ladder somewhere. Now, with these stools though, you just go ahead and get them to collapse like that. They're nice and flat. And then you take them to your bed area and you can stow your stools right underneath of the mattress. The mattress helps to hold them in place so they don't go sliding around all over the place. It's just a great spot to store stuff like that while you're cruising on down the road. Now, just beyond where the countertop is, where you can enjoy a meal, you've got an additional pantry cabinet here. This is a very large, deep cabinet. I would say this cabinet is, it's almost 2 feet deep, 22 inches deep. So plenty of space in there to stow more things away. And then above that, we've got the TV in a great location here in the corner. You can swivel it to make it work better for you. But if you're laying in bed at night or sitting on the couch or even sitting here enjoying a meal at your breakfast bar, you can easily watch the TV because it's in a very good location. Down below that, we also have a USB and C port and a receptacle here. So if you want to use this spot for your toaster, coffee pot, blender, what have you, you can easily do that as well. Now, just behind the dinette area and the TV is where there's another closet in here. Now this also has removable shelves, so you can use it to stack things in here, or you can take the shelves out and stack larger items in here, however you'd like to set it up. And then below that, you've got a bank of drawers that are fully extendable, and they're very, very nice and smooth. They have that sort of closed touch feel to them. So pretty good setup there. Now the bunk beds themselves, when we look at bunk beds, we kind of look at 4 different features that we'd like them all to have. First of all, they should have a window. Secondly, they need a light. Third of all, they need an electrical receptacle. And fourth, they need a USB port. These bunks are pretty good. I mean, they've got the window, the light, they've got a USB port or a receptacle, but not a USB port, but you can plug in the adapter and you're good to go. So these bunks really fit the bill very, very well. They both offer 3 out of 4 of the main features that we look for in bunk beds. I don't see a weight on here to be able to tell you like what the maximum capacity is that you need to weigh to be able to sleep up here. But in our experience, most of these bunks max out around 250 pounds. So if you weigh less than that, you'll be able to sleep up here just fine. The bottom bunk, I would say probably goes to 300 pounds because it's not open underneath, so it's probably built in a little better. Now, let's get some measurements on these bunks too. So the first one, well, they're both the same size. So they're 72 inches by 32 inches wide. So pretty good sized bunks for in here. And, you know, a couple of kids would be very, very comfortable sleeping up top here. Now here I am standing in the shower in the bathroom all the way in the back of this trailer. And this is a good sized bathroom for a, you know, a medium to smaller size travel trailer. Now, as far as headspace goes in here, we've got a skylight overhead, and that's because you have to step up into this shower. The step up in here is about 12 inches. And so once you step up and into the shower, your headspace is into the skylight about 6 feet 5 inches. Now the headroom in the entire camper from the floor to the ceiling is 6 feet 6 inches tall. So for you taller guys, you know, this trailer might work out really well. Now the shower in here itself is very roomy, especially the length of it. And it's going to measure in at 40 inches by, we'll call it 22 inches deep. So a decent amount of shower space. It's not really as wide as it could be, but it's definitely wide this way. So you would be pretty comfortable in here being able to take a shower. It's got a removable shower wand, which is still in the packed position, just sort of hanging down here. Otherwise it would be up top. And it's got 3 shelves in the corner, so you can have for your soap and shampoo and all that stuff. This also comes with a retractable shower door. Imagine that. I'm going to take full credit for all the RVs that come with retractable shower doors now. I mean, I've been saying it for years. I hate the curtain, and more of the manufacturers are installing the retractable doors now. Jayco, great job. Thumbs up on that. Over top here to my left, we have a medicine cabinet and some open storage next to that. You've got a towel ring here, receptacle in the corner, lots of countertop space on your vanity, a good sized vanity sink, open storage on one side, and more storage below the sink. Now here I am sitting on the commode in here. Clearly I'm not going to pass the elbow test this direction if the door is closed, but on the other side, no problem at all. And the bathroom is nice and big in here, so it does feel pretty spacious. In the very front of this travel trailer and underneath the Murphy bed above is where the pass-through storage is located. There's actually a light on either end, and there's also an electrical receptacle here if you need to plug anything in. This travel trailer is the Forest River No Boundaries NB 19.4. It has an unloaded vehicle weight of 3,954 pounds, a cargo carry capacity of 901 pounds for an overall gross vehicle weight rating of 4,855 pounds. The hitch weight is 455 pounds. It measures in at 24 feet 2 inches long, and it can sleep up to 3 people. When you first walk into this travel trailer, on the left-hand side is where the bathroom is located. Then we wrap on around past the refrigerator into the living area and kitchen, and at the front of this rig is where your bed is located. Now, our first impression when Susan and I walked into this rig is, all right, somebody's finally using some different colors on the cabinets, and we have a nice brown leather couch here, and it just looks a lot nicer to have some different colors inside of some of these RVs, and even the outside of the RV has been painted with a nicer color scheme. So it's kind of a two-tone paint, and it's got some nice graphics on it. So travel trailers are starting to come around a little bit to some modern designs and color palettes, and we think that's really, really fantastic. Now, when you first walk in here, you'll notice you have a large amount of living space, and that's because of this slide out where the couch is located. So it slides back and creates all this floor space in here. And the only thing I don't like about the floor is the color of it. I wish they picked a different colored floor, but you know, they're getting better, and I'm happy about that for sure. Now, straight ahead from the entry door is where the refrigerator is located, and I love the location of this. If you're camping and you need to run inside and, you know, grab some burgers to take them out and throw them on the grill, or grab a drink and run back outside, boom, it's right here for you. And this fridge is humongous. It's a great size refrigerator and separate freezer. It's also a 12-volt compressor style refrigerator, so this baby will run on your battery, and it'll also get cold much faster than the older propane style, which we almost never see in any trailers anymore. Up top here we have a microwave oven. It's also a convection oven, so you can microwave or bake things in there. And then we have these nice cabinets up top with the oiled bronze finish, nice glass inset doors, and this is one big cabinet for a lot of storage up there. You know, if this was our cabinet, we would probably have some clear bins that we use to hold our things in and keep them organized and keep things from sliding around while we're traveling down the road. Below that, we've got this really nice window over top of the kitchen sink, and they really did an awesome job with this kitchen sink, by the way. It's got this big gooseneck faucet with an integral sprayer on here. This is a little bit of antifreeze that's in here because this is a brand new 2025 rig, and so when they ship them, they cover them with plastic to catch the antifreeze so it doesn't drip everywhere. Inside the sink, though, you've got a couple things going on. You've got a soap dispenser, then there's a little wash station here that this dial controls. To get hot and cold water out of here, that's what this dial controls. And then if you want to wash your cocktail glasses and coffee mugs, boom, you put them right on there and you're in good shape. Inside of here, we have a couple of trays that you can use to separate and wash things. This vegetables tray slides over and they both come out of there, and you can see you've got a nice deep single bowl sink to wash all of your pots and pans. Now, a lot of times these sinks come with sink covers to give you extra countertop space if you need it. This model doesn't have that, but what they did instead is they added an extend-a-top at the end of the countertop. And what I really like about it is they put the tower of power right near it. So if you're going to use that for a coffee pot or toaster or blender, your power is right near it, and it's also got a USB and C port, and it also comes with a nice cutting board as well. On the other side of the kitchen sink area is where you have a 2-burner propane stove. Very nice. I love that it's front to back instead of side to side. Certainly gets you some extra countertop room there too. Down below, we've got 3 drawers that are fully extendable for all of your kitchen utensils. Then there's additional space underneath the kitchen sink and under the remainder of the countertop. Now here I am sitting on the nice sofa right across from the kitchen, and there is no dinette in this unit. Instead, what they've done is they put in a nice comfy couch, and then they have these little end tables on here that swing and rotate. They each have a cup holder built into them as well. So you can have dinner sitting inside here on your little table tray. The TV is right behind where Susan is standing now, so you have a nice view of the TV from here. So that's a really, really great placement as well. The couch itself is really plush and very, very comfortable. The middle section here folds on down, and you've got a couple of cup holders here too. So if you don't have your table trays in place, let's say, you know, you put them away after dinner and you're lounging and relaxing watching TV, you know, you can kick back, and this is really hard, but you can lean on back. There we go. Once you get it back, you're in good shape, and then you've got your cup holders here to enjoy a drink while you're watching TV at night. And the reason these chairs are so far from the wall is so that you can recline back in them. I think they could have set the chairs back a little bit further though. But while we're talking about this area, there is a light overhead, and there's also 3 windows in this slide out, so you can open up the 2 on the ends and get some cross breeze. But either way, you get a whole lot of light in here, so it really makes the place feel light and airy. We had to close this back shade because we were getting some sun glare coming in, but nonetheless, you've got some nice blackout shades to keep that sunshine out if you'd like to. Now, another really great feature that this camper has is a central vac system. So if you've got kids or dogs or a lot of dirt and debris inside your camper, or sand, like when we go beach camping, we get so much sand in our RV, it's ridiculous. You can sweep up your floors, head right over here to the central vac, lift this up, and sweep your crumbs away. Now, another really great feature with this slide out is that when it's in the in position, you can easily get to your refrigerator and bathroom when you're rolling down the road. But this is going to come in about 34 inches from where it is now. Took some measurements earlier, so that's going to be right about here. And so you would have, you know, a couple of feet between the recliner and the front of your countertops here. So if you need to get to this space to, I don't know, microwave something or cook something up while you're on the road and you want to make some lunch, you can get to everything. In fact, you can even get to your bed if you need to get to your clothes or, you know, whatever, grab another shirt or a different jacket or something like that. Everything's accessible. Now, at the very front of this trailer is where the bed is located, and you'll notice up and around the bed they have this nice white cabinetry here. So it's also nice that they have 2 tones of colors, right? The kitchen and living area is one color, and then they make the bedroom another color. It just helps to delineate the rooms a little bit, in my opinion. Up top here, we have one big gigantic cabinet that runs all the way across with 4 doors. They do have the hardware in here that holds the door in place when you open it, so that's really a terrific feature. And on each side, we have lighted wardrobe cabinets in here. So there's a bar up top. You can hang your garments in there and be good to go. Behind each of these wardrobe cabinets is a little cubby. There's no electric back there at all, but you could, you know, put a glass of water, put your phone back there, maybe a book or something like that while you're sleeping. So you got a little nice spot for that. And on the front of each wardrobe cabinet, there are a couple of receptacles down below, and there's also a USB and C port, so you're fully charged and good to go. Now down below this bed, there are 4 drawers down here for storage, and you can also lift up the bottom of the bed and have additional access to a little bit of extra storage space there too. Your inverter's in there, so you'll want to be very careful if you store anything around your inverter. I wouldn't put anything metal in there because you could fry your system by accident. Other than that, we've got a nice big window over top of the bed in here with a shade that comes down, and then there's a window on each side of the bedroom, so you can open them up for some nice cross breeze. And just to my left here is where the TV is located. I mentioned this earlier when I was sitting on the couch. So whether you're sitting on the couch or lying in bed, you can take the TV and pull it out on the swing arm and swivel it one way or the other, so you have really great visibility. Now here we are in the bathroom, which is all the way in the back of this camper, and it runs from side to side, so it's a very good sized bathroom. I'm standing in the shower like I always do, and let's get a measurement in here for some head space. And from the shower base up into the skylight, we have about 6'3" of head space there. So if you're 6'3" or taller, you're gonna have to crunch down a little. The rest of us should be fine. Now, sometimes we get questions about skylights and why aren't they clear? They're always like this white color. They do sell clear ones. You can buy them on the aftermarket. But the reason that they do them in this whiter color is it does cut down a little bit on the amount of sunlight that can come into the bathroom. But if a bird poops on your skylight, it's not as noticeable either. So that's kind of why they do it. Now inside the shower here, it is about 38 inches wide and about 22 inches deep. So it's a decent sized shower, and you can tell from me just standing in here, and you guys know I'm 5'11". I've got plenty of room to move around and take a shower. Up front here, your shower wand is detachable from the wall. Excuse me for a second. And then we have 3 shelves in the corner for your shampoo, conditioner, and things like that. And this does have a shower curtain, but it does have also a nice track that holds the curtain in place. So as you close your curtain, it keeps the curtain inside the shower. It won't allow it to go outside. And also the track swings out and away from the shower, so it does give you a little bit more room while you're in here. Now just outside the shower is where the medicine cabinet is located. Plenty of room inside of there. Down below that we have a little bit of open storage, and then we have our sink with some storage down below that as well. Also just across from that, we have a very large wardrobe cabinet in here on one half, and on the other half it's got some fixed shelving in here, so you can use that to store your linens and towels and all sorts of things. There's also an additional spot down below with some open storage and some cargo netting in front to hold things in place. And finally, here I am sitting on the commode. I am not going to pass the elbow test in this bathroom, but even with the door in the closed position, it feels nice and roomy and spacious in here. Now, like I mentioned, inside, more and more travel trailer manufacturers are starting to do nicer paint jobs on their rigs. And you can see that this Nobo looks really, really nice with the two-tone paint, the nice graphics. It just looks like a more modern design and not the same old that we've been seeing for years and years. Now, outside of this camper, there's some nice features that you should know about. One of them is you've got an electric plug right here. And then you also have a shower sprayer here. So if you need to wash anything off before you head on inside, wash off your feet, even take an outdoor shower, whatever, you can do that right out here. Next to that, we have our griddle cooktop with a little shelf right next to it. So you can cook away and cook those burgers up or make eggs and bacon in the morning. And then finally, at the very front of the camper, there's pass-through storage from one side to the other, and this is under the owner's bed inside. Hey guys, let us know which one of these travel trailers you like the most and why in the comments down below. We would love to hear from you. And if there's anything you wish they had done differently, let us know that in the comments down below too. And if you'd like to check out even more travel trailers with no dinettes, just click the box down below, and Susan and I will see you in the next video.